Hello everyone, it's Kalina, Kintsugi woman. How are you? It's another hot day here. Oh my goodness, it's summer. They've had so many warm days, right? You know, like it's just very uncomfortable and the humidity. It's funny how life, they said it's like we had like 10 of these days last year and there's already been like over 20. It's funny how our earth is changing, right? Well, we all know it's global warming, right? You know, but there's lots of change. What is it you're doing today? You know, I'm the oldest of, I've got 5 sisters and 2 brothers. So I'm the oldest one in the family. I don't know where you are as a sibling or the experiences you've had being and you're, like, are you the oldest sister, the oldest, or the youngest one? And, you know, like, where are you in that and how it affected, you know, things that are going on. But being the oldest one, you know, usually you're the one that they look up to, and then when you're younger, you don't understand, you know, that they're going through their own thing and we've got to learn from each other. And I always wanted to be one that encourages and inspires and lifts up my siblings, my brothers, my sisters, my, you know, and encourage even my mother to be stronger and to have a bigger voice and to, you know, it's sometimes harder. And we need to understand that by doing that, by giving somebody else their voice and helping them and encouraging them, that they don't dim our light. You know, that we are strong enough and brave enough and bold enough to understand that by helping others and sharing that encourage and love, you know, sharing our, just the intuitiveness and to understand that our light is not going to be dimmed because we are helping theirs to shine, right? That we can help them and offer them and encourage them and love them for who they are. You know, we all have so much inside of us, and just by, even it's like when you have a baby and you love that baby and you have another child, you're going to love that baby just as much, right? You know, and it's like my mother and father, they had 8 of us children and they loved all of us, you know, and different times they had to go through things with me. And then maybe 5 or 6 years later with another one of my siblings, the same thing, but a different way they went through. Not like me, because I was the purple sheep, I was the rebel. So, you know, I found this card. I've got this on a journal too. But it's just something I picked up and I thought, well, I'm going to just put it up. I like the picture, so I'll put it in a frame or something. I don't know if you'll be able to see it there. You see that? It says, well-behaved women, right? Rarely make history. Well, I wasn't a well-behaved woman at times. I thought outside the box, outside of how our religion, our family, everybody thought, you know, they were very conservative, and so that's the way they were supposed to, right? They believed and trusted their own, what they were taught. But for some reason, I always questioned. I always thought it was more for me. Are they beautiful? Right? Our grandmothers, the ones that stood up and were strong enough, you know, and rebelled. They gave us voice. They gave us voice and helped us. You know, we saw that things could change. Right? But no, I just wanted to encourage you to shine brighter and not to be afraid that because you shine brighter, somebody else is going to dull that. We don't need to be jealous or scared or intimidated by other people's presence, right? They have maybe more power, they maybe have more money, or they maybe have more of a story that you think that yours is dulled by that. But we are strong enough. We are so bright, you know, and we just have to, sometimes maybe we have to put up our light a little bit stronger, right? You know, and be a little bit braver and speak a little bit louder. What is it today that you need? You know, I'm Kalina, Kintsugi woman. I am a woman that's gone through a lot, you know, many challenges and broken and put back together. But over the years, you know, it's been a year now almost that I've been editor of a magazine. It's the Global Grandmothers Council Network. I'll put links in here. And I have a Zoom call on Wednesdays if you'd like to join me. And, yeah, I'd like you to have a look through the magazine. And if you'd like to share a story, share a story about yourself and about what you're doing. If you're an entrepreneur, an author, artist, I'm not sure what it is. It might be a baker, it might be a photographer, it could be a school teacher. You might just be at home and have been a homemaker, you know. A lot of us, I know I've got sisters that never worked, and so they've been homemakers, and it's just, that's been their life. And, you know, life has changed. A lot of us women now, as we're getting older, you know, and with pensions and everything, it makes it harder. And there's a lot of stories there to be told, you know. It's a struggle at times, you know, for seniors. A lot of seniors, what are they going to do if they don't have a pension? And it's a lot of, with health issues and other things, you know, family and friends, and it's, you know, we'll see. We'll see how things go, but it is can be a big struggle, right? So, but we just have to remember that we're strong enough, we'll get through, and we have to figure out what it is that we want to do with our lives, and to be happy with ourselves, to be happy with the situation, whatever it is that we need to go through. You know, we've been so protected at times, I think, and then when something does happen, you know, a situation, and it's like we have to learn and know that we're strong enough to get through. And I know that I am. I've gone through many things, and so are you, right? We have to let go of some of those filters. We have to be strong enough to say, yes, I can do this. I will get through this. I'm strong enough. You know, there's different versions of self that we have, right? I've got this little girl here, I like showing her. And so when I go out, I see these things, right? And it's like, what message do you see today? It might be on a shirt, on, you know, at Walmart, on a kid's thing I see, or it might be at a in a store on a mug, or, you know, when you go into Winners and you see all these different affirmations. So I've got different affirmations. There's one here, it says, be happy, be bright, be you. That's me, right? I got this other one. She's beautiful. Isn't she beautiful? You read that backwards. It says, believe you deserve it, and the universe will serve it. Right? Beautiful. Beautiful. There's so much going on all the time. And sometimes we feel like we're hiding. We need to be a little bit quieter. We need to be, you know, things. And we just need to understand, well, there may be days that we need to take time for ourselves and just be in the back so that others can speak their minds and do their things, so that, and we need to take a pause, right? If today is one of those days we need to pause, that's fine. And pause. But I am so blessed and so grateful for all the opportunities, all the challenges, everything that brought me to today, you know. It's been a learning, a big learning curve over the years, you know, to begin again and again and again, you know, after, it's like each one of those breaks pulled us apart, and then we're put back together, and another one breaks and you put back together, and it's like that mosaic, right? And so it's, I'm shining brighter and stronger and braver. So, take care of you, love you, trust you. This is Kalina, Kintsugi woman. And I'll share the links in here, and join me. And I'd love to hear your story. I'd love to share your story. I'd love to encourage you just to put yourself out there. Put yourself out and be part of our Global Grandmothers Council Network. There's an auction next month in the beginning of August. So I'll put a link in there for that too. It's our second annual auction. And yeah, there's so much going on with our grandmothers, and our directory is getting up, and so that you can network, and we'll have a look at that too. So we'll talk a little bit more about that later. But take care of you. Have a wonderful, wonderful, this is the long weekend. Civic holidays coming up soon. And my kids are coming, so that'll be nice. Spend some time with them. And it's always good to spend time with the grandkids, right? They grow so fast. Time goes so fast, right? When I think of my first grandchild, it's been already 19 years, and now I've got a new little baby granddaughter, and she's only 7 months old. Lots of changes in myself and in the children, right? You see a lot of change in them because they're growing, but there's been a lot of change in me mentally, physically, spiritually, right? Like it's our body, our mind, our spirit is always changing and growing. So take care of you. Kalina, Kintsugi woman, have a wonderful day.